The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Microphone, Mike. Oh, shit. So, whoa. It's not the way we start the day today. What's up, everybody? There it is. Barbette, good morning. Hi, Stephanie. I did miss you, Stephanie. How are you? I did. Ty Jackson, what's up? He says, what's up, Wild Bill? That used to be my nickname freshman year of college. Wild Bill. Yeah, it's weird. Ali, how are you, man? Thanks for being here. Michelle says, so excited for my first live webinar with it. Man, Michelle, I hate to disappoint you. It sucks. It's horrible. Should leave now. Arlene, hello. Mr. John Phillips, what's up, man? Howdy, Mr. Marketing. Howdy back to you. Greg, what's up, man? What's up? We'll give it another few minutes. Today we're gonna do things a little differently. I was like creating this presentation. I was like, how do I want to teach today? And I feel like when everybody loves it the most is when we go through real examples. And so today I'm going to go over some like landing page stuff and what happens after people click your ads, sure. But I'm just going to literally log into my Facebook live and with you guys in front of you, and I'm just going to rip apart ads. Does that work for you guys? Like literally just go on my Facebook and with you just show you exactly what I'm thinking. And so instead of just teaching something, I can kind of show you, you know what I mean, in like real time of like, hey, let's dive into people's shit and let's judge them. Let's judge them for their ads. Elizabeth, what's up? Radonna, hello. She gave me 3 hellos. We got 3 back. I really don't know what's going on with my voice right now. Okay. I think I'm back. Back at it again. What's up, Doug? Dan Niles, that's a new name. What's happening, man? Mr. Pabone, what's up, Tiger? I've never been called Tiger before, man, but I'm good. Greg, what's up? Derek, what's up? April, hello. April, first time logged in this group. Excited to learn. We're excited to have you, April. Angela says, good morning. How are you? I'm good. Kenny from Virginia asked if I have any grapes. I don't. Yeah. Anthony, what's up, man? First time live. You're in for a treat. Yeah, we ran a lot of ads this week, so we have a lot of new people here in the gene pool. So for those of you who aren't familiar with me, actually, let me know real fast. How many of you just type yes in the chat? This is your first time with me, first time on a live call. Maybe you've seen some videos, but like live actually being here. Okay, there's a lot. I actually have to be on my behavior. So I apologize for those. You guys have been with us for a couple years. I'm going to have to behave on this call. I have to fake it. God. Brian, what's up, man? Michelle, Greg, hello. Welcome. That's cool. No, if this is your first call, the one thing you guys should know is very open. If you have questions, just ask them. I kid around. I joke a lot, obviously, but, you learn a lot of good stuff, too. Something doesn't make sense, say that. You want me to repeat something? Tell me to repeat it, and yeah, pretty open. I do happen to curse every now and then. I try not to. Sometimes I don't, but it just, I don't know. Hi, Alex. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. That's Alex, everyone.
Hello.
So Alex is here. She actually does all the work on all the prezzies. I just get up here and talk. So there you go. And you guys have probably met Alex before. Well, those of you who are working with us, you know Alex. If you're brand new, you will know Alex soon. She's the worst. She's actually looking at
After Billy. After Billy.
This is true. She's actually looking to hire an assistant right now. So if you guys know anybody who's in the San Diego area, let us know. That'd be helpful. All right, we'll give it one more minute, and then we're going to jump in and get this going. And then last question, too. How many of you here right now saw the previous 2 weeks of this training about Facebook? How many of you saw the previous 2 weeks of training about Facebook? Cool. And they were helpful? Yeah, good shit. New people, if you didn't, go back. Right? So after this call, the first thing you should do is go back to week 1 and week 2 because they all build off of each other. Each skill is kind of comprised of like 4 different trainings or 3, and then I bring on a guest. So we have a guest speaker next week, which is kind of cool. So for those of you on trial, yeah, don't cancel. You missed the guest speaker. Hashtag sales pitch. Yeah, Dan says, sort of like you said, the training sucked. Dan, you're right, man. I wouldn't watch them either. All right, cool. Oh, by the way, too, today I think I'm going to go live, just to give you guys a heads up. I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but we tested it out last week with a Facebook Live thing where I'm kind of sitting at my desk upstairs, kind of like newscaster style, just critiquing campaigns live. So I think we're going to do a spontaneous one. Not that spontaneous if I'm telling you, but that's going down today too at sometime in the afternoon. I don't know when. So if you see the link, we'll send out an email. Just jump on and yeah, you can kind of see our office and the rest of the crew. All right, let's get into this. Sorry, 907. Most people are here. And yeah. So what happens after the click? Today, what I hope to give you guys is a simplified process that you can all use. Most of the trainings that I ever see or been to associate with peers in the industry, they make their shit so complicated. And the best thing that you can do with a good Facebook ad is simplify it. And so that's what I'm going to give you today. So the first week, let me see if I got my recap slides in here. Oh yeah, follow me on Snapchat. If you guys are new, follow me on Snapchat. Super mediocre, really not that good. But every now and then I have some funny things on it. All right, recap of last week. So we went through the exact process our agency uses to create a Facebook campaign. I actually had Jordan in here and we built a campaign from point A to point Z and showed you what goes into that. Okay, so if you're not that familiar with Facebook right now, you absolutely need to watch that training and the one prior to that. Super helpful. And then today we're focusing on when people see your ad, what happens after that. Because it's almost impossible to teach about Facebook advertising without actually talking about landing pages and the whole process of turning that click into an actual lead and then to a customer because they're married at the hip. I'll show you what I mean. So what you're going to learn today, what happens after someone clicks your ad on Facebook or Instagram, the 6 types of call to actions, hashtag CTA, that you will ask people to do once they click your ad. And then we'll go into just the 3 basic components of a landing page. And matter of fact, the only components that you'll ever really need within a landing page. All right. So again, if you have questions, ask me. This is going to be live. I'm going to go into my personal Facebook, but let me break down some key concepts of what you guys are looking for. Okay. So you create your hot fire, is what we say in our office, Facebook or Instagram ad, and you convince someone to click on it. So what happens after that? Okay. Well, first things first, a lot of you know this, but for those of you who are new, the one thing that we absolutely forbid under all circumstances, I like 99% of them, is that you bring them to a website. Does anyone know why we do not allow any advertisements? And yesterday alone, in just my account, we spent 10 grand, not to mention all of our clients, etc. But none of those ever go to a website. Can someone tell us why? Yeah, you guys know what it is. It doesn't convert as well as it is in summary, but usually it's just too distracting and too confusing, right? Like you look at our website, Alex, you get a screenshot of our website? Yeah, so there's like our homepage, and we got a video playing on there, but there's just a lot to do, right? And you got to just remember, more importantly than that, Greg says can't track ROI. You can track ROI from your website. It's just a little more complicated to do nonetheless. But yeah, if you bring them to your website and someone's on Facebook where they're just browsing and then you give them literally, look how many options are on this page. And this is our website. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 different places for them to click. And it's broad as shit. The leaders in turn clicks, it doesn't really tell them anything, right? And obviously someone who doesn't know us isn't going to just hire us. They might get cool shit from us because people want free stuff, probably won't be quality leads. And they don't want to learn from us because we have no credibility at this time, right? So again, just doesn't really make sense, okay? Continuing on. Anatomy of a landing page. Landing page should consist of 3 main components. And I'm simplifying for you guys here, right? So how many of you, let me ask this before I continue. How many of you are familiar with conversion rate optimization? How many of you are familiar with conversion rate optimization? Just give me a yes or no. Okay. Basically, conversion rate optimization is the science of when people come to your web page or website, getting them to give you their information, the call to action, right? And it's the science of improving that. So for example, when people come to your website, does the red website convert better than the blue website? Does this headline work better than this headline, right? That whole split testing and the science and all of that, that's what conversion rate optimization is. And you can get paid big money for it, but only from a handful of clients. Unless someone's running a serious amount of traffic, those things aren't really going to matter for most of your traditional local businesses. Therefore, I don't focus on that because it doesn't really help that many people. Okay? So what you guys need to know for any advertisement that you're running, right, is that your landing page needs to have 3 components: a headline, the body, and the call to action. Okay? And we're going to break down each of those, and then I'm going to show you them within the newsfeed. Okay? So 2 main purposes of the headline, all right? It's to remind them, the customer, that they're in the right place, and then giving them a reason to actually stick and stay on your page, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down each component, then we're going to look at ads, and then I'm going to come back in here so you guys can see how this is all synergistic. So 3 aspects to a landing page. Number 1 is the headline, and the objective of that is to get them to stay on the page and that this is going to be interesting and worth their time so they don't leave. And then let's actually, how do I want to do this? I want to go into, how do you guys think it would be easier if I showed you headlines right now, or do I go through the breakdown of each component and then show you overall? You guys can kind of decide. There's no script to that part. What do you guys think there? What's easier? If I just show you headlines right now, or go back after it's all bodied? Okay, cool. I'm getting mostly headlines, so let me do that right now. All right. So headline. Then let me really reiterate here. Again, once someone sees your ad and they click to your landing page, most of your traffic is lost within those first 5 seconds of visiting your page. Therefore, if you don't have a really compelling reason for someone to stay and actually read what's on the rest of your page, they will leave and you will lose them forever or retarget them later. Okay? 3 ways to get a customer to stay is to, 1, fulfill a promise that you made in your ad. So if you say you're giving away movie tickets on your page, give away some damn movie tickets. Number 2, consistency and branding. If you click an ad that's red and white and then you go into another page and it's green, it's going to make you think you're somewhere else. There's no congruency. And then number 3, you don't answer the question, what's in it for me? So now we're going to log in to my Facebook here. So let's see if technically we can make this happen. I believe we will be able to. All right. Okay. Yes, I think we're good. Can you guys see my Facebook? I'm just logging into my personal Facebook. I'm crazy. You guys see this, okay? Yeah, good. Looks like you can. Anyone can't? Everyone good? I think we're good. Okay, so let's kind of put that theory of what I just taught you, let's put it to the test randomly in the newsfeed here. So, first of all, we know we're looking at an advertisement because it'll say sponsored up there. I think most of you are familiar with that, but if not, just kind of reiterating there's your dead giveaway. It says sponsored. So this right here is an ad. So the post text in there says you don't need to be Scorsese to write and direct your own Facebook video ad. And then it's got a video. Let's actually click it if you guys don't mind. Guy dancing. Hey, let's not dance around it. You need amazing video ads to succeed on Facebook. Promo by Slightly. Beautiful marketing videos. Easy, instant, awesome. That was spelled incorrectly. Okay, cool. Everybody with me so far? So here's an ad. Clearly it's a video production company. And here it's saying create a video ad just like this one in minutes. So I'm coming to my landing page with the expectation that wherever I go, I'm going to be able to build a damn landing page. So let's actually see what happens. So clicking through. All right. And here's the landing page. So it's a video background, as you guys can see here. And it's got video in the background because they're selling video, so I like that. And then it says, create beautiful marketing videos. Promo gives you quality video clips, licensed music, and a built-in text editor so you can easily create stunning video content. Try for free. This is actually a pretty damn good ad, right? So right away in the headline, which is what we're talking about, is they tell you what you're doing here. Create beautiful marketing videos, period. It is pretty congruent kind of, right? So I saw the dancing guy, but nonetheless, the theme was around videos. And then when I come here, guess what? I'm seeing more videos, and we're continuing to talk about videos, so I do actually know I'm in the right place, okay? And then what's the question is, what's in it for me? Well, I get to, have quality video clips, licensed music, and a built-in text editor, and I get to try it for free right here. So they do a pretty good job of answering. Is anyone confused on this advertisement? Would anyone come to this page and not understand what they're getting? Anyone? Ty says, I just saw this ad today for the first time. Looks like a cool service. Great pricing too. So he's already seen the pricing. I haven't even been there yet. But is everybody with me here so far? They do a good job on being clear. Super duper clear, actually. You don't need to be Scorsese to write and direct your own Facebook video ad. Create a video ad just like this one in minutes. And then they bring you to the page and it says create some damn marketing videos. And here's how you can do it. You can try it for free. It's not confusing. It's not a website with a ton of other things. They do have about and pricing here, which I'm not even a fan of having that. I would remove those completely. They got the logos at the bottom. Here's where I disagree with them. Okay, this is where I disagree. This is actually important. So from what I've tested and what I've found is that on any page coming directly from the ad, especially on a first-time interaction, you should never have more than one call to action. Does anybody see here where the user can do more than one thing? Because they want us to obviously demo it, right? But what else is going on this page that actually could be a distraction? And I'll tell you guys kind of how this plays out because I've seen it happen so many times. It's the pop-up chat. It's the pop-up chat, so you have a question, chat with us. And the problem is here, and this is how I see this. The problem is here is some people may just come here, and then they may come here and they just type something like this. I actually just did it. How much is it? Or I may say something like, what do you guys do? Will you come to me and create videos? Right? So there I am. I'm literally chatting with them live on there. So here's the reality of this situation. In this case, where it's a service, a subscription service, they need users. So to me, this is a great way to not collect their contact information. And I mean, at this point, they don't know anything about the company. So any question they have, it's not even going to be really that quality. So I would completely remove this, right? It's a good idea maybe once they already, create their membership and they need support on how to use it. So let's dive a little deeper. Sorry if I'm going too deep here, but let's do it. So I hit try for free. And, okay, so I can sign up for Facebook, and this is where they actually collect us as a lead. My name, email, and password. So the goal of this ad is clearly to create users that use their platform. They get you started for free, and then they want you to add a credit card to be subscribed for, I think it's like $50 a month, or someone was saying, right? So when we have that live chat there, it may not seem like a big deal. It may feel good. To me, if the toughest challenge that they're going to have is having somebody actually put a credit card on file. That to me is when the chat should be introduced, and it should say something like, welcome to your free trial of blah, blah, blah. If you have any questions or need assistance making your first free video, ask us. Chat here, right? Because that's supporting the objective of giving them a good experience, so they put their credit card on file. Before that, we just want to collect their data, okay? Is everybody with me there? Put yes if that makes sense. Cool? All right. It says, if you look at the bottom of the landing page, it looks like they're promoting Getty Image iStock. Let's go back. Okay, I'm here. I don't see them. I don't think the objective there is to promote iStock. I think what they're saying here is these are sponsors or people who are using their service, or who they're partnered with. So these are just logos that make us trust them, Danny. So this is not an objective by any means. These are just supposed to say, hey, we're cool. We can put iStock on our website and Universal, so now you should trust us. That's what that's really doing, okay? So let's continue on. And we'll do a couple. Why not? All right, so I'm just sliding through here. Tell me when you guys see an ad. And I'm sure it won't take us long. It's like 1 every 10 or something. All right. People talking. Here we go. So another one. This is another advertiser, John Pinworthy. You guys know him? Anybody? I don't know. Right? So it says YouTube was always just a fun site to watch videos. That was until I made my first $1 million by the age of 23 using YouTube. Then it became a serious business for me. It was all kind of crazy because I stumbled upon the stuff by mistake. And then it's got tubetraffictraining.com. I discovered how to rank YouTube videos on the first page of Google for very competitive search terms. This meant a lot of targeted traffic for my business. A lot of people over the years have been asking me to show them how I do it, so I've decided to put together a free training series to teach the entire system step by step. P.S. Once you know the formula, all you do is just rinse and repeat. I figured out that, and on average, each video I upload to YouTube is worth around $400 a month. It's all a snowball effect because each month my videos will get more and more views and make me more and more money. Okay? So here's his advertisement. I know that because it says sponsored, and I don't follow this guy, and he's in there. And then it says how to build a business using YouTube. So he's pretty clear on what he does, and it says learn step by step how to do it. And then he's got his video here. It's long, so I'm not going to watch it. But nonetheless, you guys see what he's doing here. He's basically showing you his business model, right? How do you guys feel about this ad? Before I even give my opinion, I'm curious, when you guys hear this, what are you thinking? Are you curious? Are you interested? And again, we didn't see the video, so maybe the video's hot. I don't really know. How do you guys feel about this ad? Right? How do you feel about this ad? Someone says it worked on me. LOL. Someone says sounds scammy. Someone says boring. Does it trigger something specific in me? Too much to read and do before getting to the point. Meh. Straightforward. I don't feel good. Or at least a spammy a program offer. Okay, this is what I don't like about it. So, and I'm just going in a little more strategy here, a little off tangent. But what he's using is a copywriting tactic called the reluctant hero, right? Where it's like, I'm the superstar, but I didn't mean to, and so you can do it too if I did it. So he says something really specific in here, and that's how I know he's using this. He says, it was all kind of crazy because I actually stumbled upon this stuff by mistake, right? This system's so easy to make $400 a month that it was on accident that I did it. I fucking hate that shit, if I'm being very real. I don't like that angle at all, right? Because to me, I believe that's what's creating the distrust. You know, like you just stumbled upon something like that. Like, I'm not okay with that. But guess what? It may work for him. So if that's his thing, that's his style. I can't hate on it. Like I said, I don't know the guy. But to me, that feels a little spammy. So let's see what happens here. And also, even more important question. Once you guys click his ad, what are you expecting on the next page? Once you click this ad, what are you guys expecting on the next page? Okay? Step-by-step walkthrough, free training, step-by-step guide. Okay, cool. I think we're specific instructions, more video from him, how-to, information about what he's doing. Let's find out, okay? Let's see if it aligns and meets our expectations in this headline. So there he goes. Free training series reveals how I've used YouTube to grow an email list of 114,594 people and built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses online. Enter your name and email address below to get access to the training videos. So I think he does a good job of actually saying, hey, you wanted a training, and here it is, right? He is presenting that. However, the little bit of disconnect, and again, we want to be congruent so people don't bounce because they came for a specific reason. In his advertisement on the previous page, he was saying that he uses this to make, $400 a month or getting things on the first page of Google. Therefore, if someone clicks it, they probably want to know how to do those things. Now, when we come here, does anybody see anything about getting on the first page of, Google or that $400 a month? Everybody feel me there. Not that that's not a bad statement. I want to know how he did that. He grew an email list of 114,000 people and do it. But it's not what I signed up. It's not what I clicked for. So you may lose people there, right? Someone says he switched it. It's about him, not the process, right? So yeah, it's an inconsistent message. Now, having said that, we didn't watch the video, right? He may have went into that more within the video. However, what you'll realize is some people don't watch the video. So if you have the long form text, you need to be super, super specific. So again, for the focus here of headlines, I think his headline by itself, if we didn't see the ad, is attractive because he just tells you, this is what I did, enter your name below, and I'll send it to you. That's fine. But it's not fine when it's not congruent to what you told us in the advertisement. Okay? And then also, too, the answer to the question of what's in it for me. How do you guys think he does there? When he answers the question, what's in it for me? Right? In other words, as a result of doing this, what do you guys get? As a result of doing this, what do you guys get? Okay? And then let's see. He's got more there. Targeted free traffic, training videos. Cool. Essentially, though, what's more powerful, because, yeah, you get the training videos, but ultimately, people don't want the training videos. They want the result that he's getting, right? So you always have to be super aware of what you're selling. So he says, how I've used YouTube to grow an email list of 114,000 people and built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. So here's two fears here. When people hear that, and it's such a big number, the first thing that you'll get is, one, you get skeptics. But more importantly than that, all of a sudden, it seems like something that's so beyond where you're at on your journey, you begin to self-doubt and think, well, that can't really be me. So going with the theme of what's in it for me, I would rather him take a much smaller stat and talk about his humble beginnings of what he did to do that and how he's going to give you his exact blueprint to get started so you can do this today, right? Because you're buying the result. You're not buying his training series. You're buying the result of what he's done, right? So again, to me, there was some incongruencies also, the fact that he's talking about a 6- and 7-figure business, but before he was only talking about $400, per ad, just different numbers. To me, they're speaking to different audiences. To me, this is someone who's has like a 6 trying to go to the 7-figure level. The ad was going to the person who's just getting started. So again, I'm being nitpicky, guys, but to give you guys the idea of just all of what's happening in just a simple add to headline, right? Is everybody with me there? Does this make sense? And is this helpful to go through and kind of just break down with you guys? Cool. We'll do one more like this, and then I'll go to the next section of it. I am kind of molding some of them together, but we'll go back there. Okay. So let's keep scrolling in the news feed. We'll wait for it. What's going on here? Carpet gas. Let's do it. All right. Got nothing? Oh, here we go. Bing ads. Wow. Bing is advertising. I forgot about Bing. Anybody remember Bing? I forgot they were a real... Does anyone use Bing here? So that's completely side note. I'm curious. Jason says yes. Do I need to get on Bing? Is this like something I should be doing? I literally forgot about it until this ad right now. I've still never heard it. Nobody's ever said, yo, you should Bing that. You always Google it. You don't Bing shit. Oh, Angela brings up point. They have great free images. Okay, there you go. Maybe that's the thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, anyways, continue on. It says, grow your business now. Find new customers anywhere or right next door. Earn $100 in advertising credit. Use Bing ads to grow your business and earn $100 in free ad clicks. Drive traffic to your website and connect with people looking for businesses like yours by advertising to the millions of people searching on Bing, Yahoo, and MSN. Okay, I want to point something out to you guys. And granted, this is a big company running this. This isn't small, but I see big companies fuck up all the time, and I think you guys will agree with me here. So first thing you have to understand about Facebook, okay? When Facebook was first created, this text in the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse here, but where it says use Bing AdWords to grow your business and it has that description, does anybody realize that did not exist for a majority of the time Facebook has been in existence? Really quick, is everybody with me there? Right? It didn't exist. Therefore, when people are on Facebook, their eyes are trained to read where? And even when you look at people's public posts, like your friends socially, that it wasn't there. What someone says, what do you mean it didn't exist? There was no description about ads. There was zero description about ads. Period. Okay? It was all just here. Grow your business now, find customers anywhere. So my point is everybody is used to that format. So where I'm going with this is the fact that the description, most people will not read. You guys hear that? Most people will not read the description. Therefore, the only thing most people will read is this: grow your business now, find new customers anywhere, or right next door. So when you guys see that, first of all, do you even know that you can click something? I'm going to take a step back there. Like, from reading that, do you even know that you should click something? Right? Now, again, if you're, advertising all the time, you know ads, and so you know how they work. But don't you guys think that's a little absurd of the fact that they're not even telling us what to do? Like, to me, this is a billboard. And what you're seeing, and I keep breaking this down to you guys, but when these giant corporations come into the social space, they're using old school traditional tactics. You guys, this is a billboard. That's what this is. It's a fucking billboard. Billboards don't work on Facebook, right? Okay. And so, continuing on. Now, what are our expectations from that? Let's say we do know to click, right? Because we're used to Facebook and we know it's an advertisement and we know what to click. What are we expecting on the next page? What are we expecting on the next page? A coupon, someone says. Someone said, do you want to call Bing, see if we can get him on as a client? $100, $100. Yo, that's crazy that you guys all saw that. But honestly, I didn't even realize that they're giving me $100. I got lost in it, maybe because I'm teaching right now, so I wasn't paying attention. But you're right. And what I also want to point out is this headline, earn $100 in advertising credit. Again, going with that same fact that most people only read up here, to not mention the $100 in advertising credit is insane. So one tweak that I would make to this is say, grow your business now, find new customers anywhere, or right next door. Here's $100 to start advertising for free. Let us know what kind of results you get. Click here. Now, do you guys think just by saying that little sentence and giving some direction, this ad's 1,000 times more likely to get clicked? I mean, just a little bit of shit right there, right? Now, these guys are probably spending a ton of money on this stuff, right? So I would go in on some consulting shit and I'd tell them that and be like, pay me. You know what I mean? Like, but because they're so far off, right? They're so far off. Okay, I'm going to continue on and actually click and see where it takes us, and then we're going to go back to the training. All right, so we click here. Let's see what happens. Earn $100 in advertising credit. Use Bing ads to reach more customers and increase your online presence. Get started. So that's fine. I think this is a little crowded down here. Use Bing AdWords to grow your business. It just, when people see bulk and they see a lot together, your eyes want to skip over it because you associate it with work, right? I'll give you a perfect example. How many of you, before you watch a video, will scroll down to the bar to see how long it is? How many of you, when you watch a video, will scroll down the bar to see how long it is? A lot of people, right? I don't want to waste my time on this shit. So they do the same thing when people come to your pages and there's a lot of text. You intimidate them, right? You intimidate them, okay? So that's something that everybody should be paying attention to. So it says, earn $100 in advertising credit. Use Bing to reach more customers and increase your online presence. Couple things here is we're on their website, right? Grow your business, benefits, costs, importing from AdWords, customer stories, FAQ. So to me, they missed cardinal rule number one because there's so much to do on this page. You know what I mean? It just gets distracting. I think this section's cool, how Bing ads help, and it breaks it down. There's pictures. It's easy to digest. I like that much better. But they're tripping with having all this on there. They should simplify the hell out of this, right? The best ad we saw so far was the first one. Now you're really realizing how good of a job they did compared to someone like Bing. The other thing is some people may have missed the congruency here, but some people said they saw it. They said earn $100, and they are talking about earning $100 here too. So that is cool that they have that, but nonetheless, they should have put it in the text because I missed it. I slept on that, and that was the whole entire hook. See what I'm saying? So anyways, they come here, and there's the headline, earn $100 in advertising credit. Also, too, the way that they're using the word earn, how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about the word earn? How do you guys feel about the word earn? Yeah, makes it seem like there's work. Everyone's saying earn sounds exhausting, implies work. What do I have to do for it? Work required. It seems exact. Here's a quote. It seems like there's a catch, right? Doesn't it, like, what do you mean earn? Are you giving me $100 in advertising credit, or what are you talking about? It seems like there's a catch, right? Now let's go back to the ad of what it said. Grow your business now, find new customers, earn $100 in advertising credit. So they did say that again, but it just seems like there's a damn catch. So anyways, guys, those are little things. It's one word that makes an entire advertisement feel different, right? So again, I'm going to go back to there and we'll come back and out and do some ads. But just to kind of give you guys an idea of the headline is you can't truly evaluate a headline without seeing the ad, right? So a headline just by itself is almost meaningless if you don't understand how the traffic was set up coming there. A lot of people say, hey, Billy, can you look at this headline? Tell me what you think. And you can give somewhat of an opinion, but without understanding who it is that's seeing it and what their expectations are, it doesn't actually mean anything. And that's the reason why I'm showing you guys with the ad and the headline as a combo, because it impacts how you feel about the entire position of the advertisement. Okay? So yeah, that's it. And then Doug just brought up a point. He says, it looks like you have to pay $25 to earn 100. So it says, drive traffic to your website and connect with people looking for your business like yours by advertising to the millions of people searching on Bing, Yahoo, and MSN. We're so confident that you'll love the results with us, we'll give you $100 in free advertising after you spend $25 on Bing ads. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why it's all condensed and like in the middle and all fucking weird looking. Because you got to spend $25 first. Now, already, and this is so funny to me, already, what's our opinions on Bing, people? We already don't like it. It's never worked. Nobody uses it. And now the next impression and encounter that you have with Bing is that they tried to side hit you for $25. Does anybody see the problem with that? Do you see how this ad can actually hurt your brand and hurt your positioning as opposed to help? Everybody with me there? And we're just going off of, just one little quick encounter here. So anyways, pay attention to that, people. It's a big deal, and it goes completely really far. Let's go back into this now. All right. So 3 ways to get a customer to stay is fulfill the promise that you made in the Facebook ad. Damn it, right? Fulfill the promise. If you tell someone you're going to give them $100, don't come with this $25 crap. Consistency and branding. They had the first advertisement we looked at. They had a guy doing video, and they said, hey, you need to be doing video. Here's a way to use it. And then when you got there, they said, try it for free. They told us exactly what it was they were giving us, and they actually lived up to that. And it looked the same because they were using video everywhere. That was cool. And then answering the question, what's in it for me, right? It was a free training series that's going to teach me how to do blank, So again, that's all within the headline, and that's how important that is, because if you don't answer those things and fulfill these 3 things I'm showing you here, people will leave and they won't give you their information, but yet you'll still have to pay for those clicks. So it gets expensive. All right. So really quickly, that was the first time I've ever done, because it makes sense for this type of training, but usually I won't go and just browse my Facebook with the teaching. Was that helpful to kind of go through that style? I'm just trying to figure it out. So as we go through, if we should do it again, was it cool to just kind of see? It was a little different, switching it up on you guys. Okay, cool. Good feedback there. All right. So now let's continue on. Mm-hmm. All right. If you can't answer a question in one sentence, you're doing it wrong. And I think she's talking about what's in it for me there. If that's right, it is. Okay. Now let's go into the body. Okay. The body of the landing page. So basically every page you have the headline, which is up top. And then below that, you usually have bullet points or a video that are giving you a reason to take action. All right. So now we're going to go back on Facebook and we're going to go beyond the headline and we're going to look at the reasons that they give us to actually take action. All right. So 3 easy ways to persuade a customer in the body. Number 1, actually you guys should write these down, is solve a problem for them. That's my favorite thing to do. Right. So if I had a tutoring business, okay, for children, and I targeted kids who were struggling passing the 3rd grade, somewhere in the body I would mention that 80% of our students that work with us continue on to pass all their grades and don't get held back, right? So if your kid is struggling passing the 3rd grade, come work with us and they won't have that problem anymore. You solve a problem and people will almost always opt in. Next is just a really, really good offer, right? A good offer. Now let me explain this, and this is important for everybody to know, okay? Let me actually do this better exercise. Somebody give me an example of something that you purchased because it was such a good deal. Somebody give me an example of something that you purchased recently because it was such a good deal. Tell me what the numbers were. Like, it's usually this price, but I bought it for this. Somebody give me that. Something that you bought. Someone says your training camp. Okay, so Vincent says a lighting kit for 99 bucks. Now, why was that a good deal, Vincent? Why was that a good deal? And then Derek says $9 for a battery charger. And why was that a good deal, Derek? Because it came with 3 backgrounds, okay, and 4 lights that used to be 20, okay? And someone says another one here. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm just going to choose an example because I have all the info. Someone says we bought a cat tree. It's regularly $200, but got it for $79 in free shipping. Okay, that's a perfect example. So when you're creating an irresistible offer, right, like something that people have to jump on right away. Now, for those of you in here who don't have pets, how many of you would pay $79 for a damn cat tree? How many of you would pay 79 bucks for a tree? A lot of people put never. Some people say I would, but most people said no. I'm not going to do it. So my point is that offer is only special to you guys because you obviously love cats, right? And you know that that regular pricing is $200. However, if that doesn't have any value to that person, then it doesn't matter how much you discount something because they don't value it at all. So whenever people create their offers, I always remind them, like, does your audience actually understand that that's a good deal? Right? Does your audience actually understand if that's a good deal? Okay? Someone says you would if you kept them off your desk in the office. Yeah, I guess it would. Okay, cool. Does everybody get where I was going with that, though? And the importance of, like, an offer only makes sense if people understand the actual value that you have, right? Yeah, exactly. Save $5,000 off a Ferrari. That's not that cool when it's 300 grand. So anyways, and then, of course, answering the question, what's in it for me? So now that we went through that, now let me actually dive back into Facebook before we go into call to actions. And we'll dive in here. Hold on. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to click. Hold on. Bringing Facebook back. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. Tell me if you guys can see this. Cool. What do you guys see on my screen? I just want to make sure we're good. See Russell Brunson there. That's not that, though. Oh, hey, Billie Jean's marketing is retargeting me. Damn those people. God, they're everywhere. Hold on, let me keep going. Let me find us a good one here. Wait, what? Karate Kid star Jaden Smith, the son of Will Smith, commits suicide after wow, completely side note, but that's horrible. Oh God, that's horrible. Okay, so stay focused here. Oh, it's a fake story? It's a hoax? Okay, cool. That makes me happy. I love how everyone saw it, though. If we don't get our news from social, like, ain't that the truth? Like, everyone immediately knew. Oh, yeah, dude, I already saw that. You're late. Okay. Infusionsoft. Let's go with them, okay? And let's go into the body here. So how many of you are familiar with Infusionsoft in here? Really quick. A lot of you, yes. A couple of you said no. Basically, Infusionsoft is a software to email people in an automated way. In short, okay? So Infusionsoft, hurting for cash. A flash sale can help you generate it, and this free guide will show you exactly how with simple step-by-step instructions. What's inside? 3 steps to creating a flash sale. Easy copy and paste email templates. How to avoid spam complaints and opt-outs. The key to driving clicks in sales. Whether you sell online or offline, this free guide will show you how to boost sales fast. So I'm clicking the ad with the expectation that I'm going to get a guide. Arlene says she downloaded it the other day. How is it, Arlene? Is it any good? Then here, they do a good job, right? They don't bring you to a website. They tell you what it is, free guide, how to manage a flash sale. They tell you it right there. I would change manage to create because they started talking about how to create a flash sale to be consistent there. It says quickly generate revenue for your business. Now let's focus on the body, which is here. The headline's free guide, how to manage a flash sale. So they told us why we're here. It's consistent in what's in it for me, right? Quickly generate revenue for your business. So they actually fulfilled all the 3 things of a headline, which is why they're Infusionsoft and they're a giant company. They didn't bring them to a website, but this is an example of someone doing it right. Does everybody feel me on that and see like how players who actually understand the industry, like Infusionsoft, they do it much better than Bing, which is a big company that's doing it all wrong, right? Okay, so now it goes back to herding for cash. A flash sale can help you generate it, and this free guide will show you exactly how simple it is, what's inside, and they're just restating what they did in the advertisement, okay? But in this section, they kind of tell us what we're getting, but I think they can do, in this case, a much better job. So let's dive in a little bit. So 3 steps to creating a flash sale. How many of you know what a flash sale is? Like when you hear that, how many of you know what it is? Right? Some people say yeah, some people say no. It's a short time, big discount, an unexpected sale. But my point is they're writing this ad as if everybody has a very firm understanding of what it is, right? If I say the word table, I'm using a table right now, everybody knows what a damn table is. That's fine. But if I'm using a flash sale and the advertisements to teach people about how to use it, I probably should add a sentence in there on educating them a bit. Is that fair enough? Like just one sentence to talk a little bit about the benefits of a flash sale. But they don't do that. So to me, they're actually missing the boat on here. They tell you what you get, but they don't tell you how it will help you. So they say easy copy and paste email templates, how to avoid spam complaints, but they don't go into the ultimate benefit of it, you know, or give an example. So to me, and especially with all the users that Infusionsoft has, I think they would be much better off showing a template for here's 3 flash sales that we ran within our organization that generated X amount of dollars in X amount of time with no preparation. I would love to send you the slides for exactly how we did it. Does everybody get that? See how all of a sudden we went to like a tangible result instead of this broad kind of like, it doesn't really paint a picture, okay? And then Jason brings up a point. He says, but wouldn't that be a part of their call out to the audience they are trying to target? They only want people who know what a flash sale is, mainly because people like digital marketer or experienced marketers. Jason, that could be a super good point. But I, for example, you know, me teaching Facebook, I deal with a lot of people who know know Facebook a lot. And I'm sure there's some terms that I could throw out, or there's some methodologies that they wouldn't understand. And they're probably really good at Facebook. However, my point is, when we're assuming that everybody knows what a flash sale is or the kind of benefits of it, I think it's a bad play in that case. Because even if someone is their target audience, they may have a disconnect there. You know what I mean? So but I see what you're saying, and maybe they are going from there, but it's just, like, again, I wouldn't dwell on it, right? I wouldn't like go into educating them on a full video of a flash sale, because then we're reaching. But just a little 1 or 2 sentences, I think that could be in their best guide. You know, so for example, like what I believe a flash sale is in this case that they're referring to is take someone like us, where, you know, we're looking at, you know, hey, August 9th, we're not where we're at in our goals. We need to make more sales. So let's create a flash sale. And then I would email out to everybody, hey guys, we're having a discount on camp right now. We're selling it for $1,000. And we would get a ton of emails and a bunch of people, and they would buy right away, right? That's a flash sale. To give you guys an idea, to paint the picture. And so what they're saying is, well, Billy, if you're going to do that, here's some email opt-ins, you know what I mean, that you can have, right? Or here's some email templates that you can copy, Billy, to use. So when you email your guys, you actually know what you're doing. And here's a way to do it without having people opt out. Now, let me reiterate, because of the chats here, we will never sell camp for $1,000. But nonetheless, that's the idea of a flash sale. It's like a super big discount, you know, at a moment's notice. So anyways, that's what they're going here. And then they have a quote down here. With Infusionsoft, we're able to take a process from an old CRM, such as Salesforce, that took maybe 20 to 30 minutes and cut it down into a fraction of the time. And then Tidden, I guess that's a company, and that's their quote. I don't even know, to me, I don't like this quote being here because of the fact it's not really congruent with what we're talking about. Like, we're not talking about CRM right now. We're talking about a flash sale. So why does this quote not have something like, hey, I use this template And within, 2 days, we brought in another 12 grand that I never would have thought we had. Do you know what I mean? Like, why is this testimonial? Does everybody feel me there? Why the fuck is that there? Period. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. So going back into that, right? When we're talking about the body, oh damn, my whole screen just got messed up. Let's talk about it for a second before I go back. Now, does that solve a problem? Did this solve a problem for us? This ad. Did it solve a problem for us? So a lot of people are saying no, right? But they tried to position it like it could have, right? They said, do you need cash in a hurry? That was the problem. Everybody with me there? Do you need cash in a hurry? You're trying to identify the business owner who's in a frantic and they need cash. They could have positioned it in a way of, here, download this, and this is going to be the quickest way to get cash out of your business. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's a kind of solve a problem, but they don't nail it. They don't nail it, okay? Next, was the offer irresistible? Was this something that you guys felt like you couldn't pass up on? Okay, I'm getting a lot of no's there. All right, and then lastly, the question, what's in it for me? Do you guys feel like that was really mastered and answered there? Anybody feel like that? No, it wasn't, right? Like it wasn't, yeah, like it just wasn't, it didn't really hit it. So I don't think they nailed that. I don't think they nailed that, right? The format was, I thought, idea was right. I just don't think they could have done much better there. Okay. Now, continue on to there, and I'll go into call to actions now. All right. This is the action that you want them to take after they click your ad, right? And so what we have done is just gathered some examples that we use to kind of paint the picture with you guys, okay? So, and some of you have seen some of this before, but I think it's a good refresher for those of you that have, and then for those of you that are new, it'll be good information. When someone clicks your ad, okay, there's only a handful of things or a handful of actions that you'll actually want them to take. And I'm going to go over those to you right now, this second. Okay? 6 objectives. Number 1 is just classic lead generation. Give me the name, email, and phone number of someone who's interested in my product or service. Number 2 is they register for something, right? Register for my webinar. Number 3, register for my live event. Number 4, have people call my phone. Number 5, as you saw earlier, live chat. Let's connect with somebody. Number 6, just get someone to buy something right away. Okay? This is all really Facebook ads are about. If someone wants you to do one of these 6 things, would you guys agree? Is there something I'm forgetting there? Or almost every ad you click on, it probably summarizes to something like this. Another one would be try our software. I guess if I had to put it on there, it's all the same shit though. All right, even trying the software, the objective is so that they buy the software. Am I missing anything? Anybody going once, going twice? I don't think so, okay. So let's go into some examples, right? And what I'm showing you guys here are just like basic ads. I literally asked them, like, show me like really basic ads because I want to like point out something. Is a lot of people come with this fundamental belief that Facebook and all this shit needs to be really complicated, right? It needs to be so tricky and all advanced. How many of you have had that belief before, right? Or still have it maybe? That like all this magic shit needs to happen for you to really get results. And that the guys that are really making money on it is because they have some freaking super duper software that's really expensive and does magical algorithms, right? Anybody feel that way? I got a couple people. It's completely not true, right? So here's an example of a lead generation landing page that we created, and it's super simple. It's got a damn video of people doing studio bar workout stuff. And it says, want to try a workout that you actually enjoy and delivers results? Request your pass. Okay. That's it. This is the entire landing page that we've used for a client that made them a bunch of money. Like, this is it. It's not complicated, right? Why? Because if you guys were here for the last 2 weeks, you know it's really about finding the right person and showing them this ad and making them a great workout. Or making them a great offer, excuse me. Right? That's what it's about. So all the shit, the complicated doesn't need to be there. There it is. A simple landing page that you guys can copy that works, period. And again, notice we use video because video is the key to life here. And then we just say fill out the form below, and a member of our team will contact you to activate your 1-week pass. Name, email, phone number. There it is, the objective of the Facebook ad. Someone's scrolling, they're looking at Donald Trump and all that stuff, and they click here, they get their stuff, they get their workout, and then from there the company calls them and they make money. Simplify everything, okay? Let's go to another example. Oh, rule of thumbs, forgot we added this. If you're trying to collect a name, email, and phone number, you want to make sure that your client has a solid sales process in place, okay? I'll preach this till I'm blue in the face. I'm black, I don't really turn blue, but something, another shade for what I do. But I'm telling you guys, if your client doesn't have purple, yeah, there we go. If your client doesn't have a sales process, there's almost nothing that you can do to make a campaign work. Okay? How many of you in your business right now are guilty of not having a proper follow-up method to follow up with people who inquire about working with you or your business? How many of you are guilty of it? Or you're working with clients of it right now? Yeah, a lot of people, majority of people, right? At least you know, at least have a client, right? Guys, here's the thing is, yeah, and so someone says I'm winging it. A lot of us are. But the reality is, if we don't have that, it doesn't matter how many leads someone brings you because you're not in a position to handle them. So here's a cool little 3-bang checker thingy that you guys can all use to know if someone's sales process is ready. Number 1, do they have someone who's trained to answer phones and call people? Okay, what I mean by that is, Mr. Joe at the dentist office, if he has his assistant, Rick, if his assistant, Rick, is freaking answering calls and he's never done that before in his life, it's never been a part of his job, and all of a sudden he's expected to follow up with leads, how do you guys think that's going to turn out? How do you guys think that's going to turn out, taking someone who does not do the phones at all and just expecting them to close? Probably not well, right? And even yourselves, if you're not familiar with how to actually handle phones, you shouldn't be taking your own calls, okay? Next is someone says, I don't foresee any issues. Well, I'll give you an issue, for example. So, because I see, I'm joking, but I'll break it down anyway, just because you got me there. So, for example, if someone calls into our business, right, and they said, hey, I have a couple questions, about camp or whatever. We were thinking about coming on board with you guys. And had an untrained person there. They said, oh, you know what? I don't really know much about camp, but I'll take your number down and I'll give you a call later and I'll have someone who does know a little bit more, right? That would make a business owner explode. Like, wait, what? You didn't you didn't get that information? How come you didn't do this and this, etc.? And you just throw money out the fucking window. It happens all the time. We see it. We've done it before, but we see it a lot with clients. They do it all the time. So one thing that we did, like when we don't trust that a client's following up correctly, is we record their calls, right? We record their calls. So this is a true story. This is kind of a tangent, but we got a couple minutes here. And we took on this client. I won't say who they are, but you guys have probably heard of them. But it was a franchise, so I'm not going to judge them for that. It was just one of their locations. And they told us that they were recording or that they were following up with every single lead and that they had like the best salespeople, whatever. So it turned out, long story short, they called us one day and they said, hey, man, your leads aren't closing. They suck, and they were really upset with us, okay? And I was like, what are you talking about? We just did this for like 17 of your other locations. So in my head, I'm thinking, you're full of shit, right? So I had the girls pull up a recording of their calls, a lot of them, okay? And it turned out for every single lead that came in, they were actually bringing them to a call center in India. And not only that, and that's okay, but their English was not good at all. At all. Like it was really hard to understand. And so here they are going off on us about the leads, but when we recorded the calls and we listened to them all, I mean, they were horrid. They were horrid. I mean, you couldn't hear, the connection was bad. It was just like the worst calls ever. But nonetheless, here's a client lying to us saying that they're doing X, Y, and Z. And the truth was they were bullshitting. They just had to go into a call center and they just wanted it to work like crazy, right? You'll see that a lot, how to record the calls, special software, Arlene. Just kidding, callrail.com. Callrail.com allows you to do it, or the call recorder app on Android devices. Record your calls, that's another one. But yeah, usually just call rel.com through the phone number. And then also too, what we did is we had people on our team call us like mystery shoppers. So they would put themselves in as a lead to see the follow-up. And then, they'd get a call like 3 days later. You know how it goes. And then we actually would record it on our side. So we like pretended we were customers to see how the experience was. Someone says the name again. Get out of here. I ain't giving you that shit. But yeah, nonetheless, guys, that's important to know. So anyways, they got to have someone who's responsible for it too and who's tracking, right? So for example, most of the people that you call are not going to answer the phone, right? And then in addition to that, if you guys aren't actually taking the time to follow up and record like who closed and who didn't, and there's no management to see where the opportunities are, they're not going to get that good of results. So something that we found helpful is to actually create spreadsheets for people, and actually help them out and say, hey, this is how you need to be tracking it. Who's going to be responsible for it? And choosing someone in the office who owns it. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's callrail.com. All right. Anybody, any questions about sales process stuff before I continue? Anything. Going once, going twice. All right. Good. Looks good. Going out. Okay. So another example is register for something. It's like a webinar landing page. You guys have probably seen some of this. Our 7-figure job that requires nothing but a laptop, cell phone, and a lot of hustle. Coolest job ever. And then we say, hey, here's what we cover. How we convince the owner of a trapeze company to trust us with his business, start advertising for him, how we leverage that ad and turn it into 1,381 leads for his own agency in 10 days. I'm going to give you my downloadable template I use to create lead generator campaigns for over 50 local niches. I'm going to give you something, right, tangible. The exact Facebook ad, landing pages, and targeting we use to generate $1,100 in revenue in 8 hours for the same business owner, and it only took 3 hours to get this campaign ready. How we converted those leads into $51,817 in 10 days. And I'm going to walk you through some additional bonus campaigns that some of our students are using to generate tens of thousands of recurring revenue a month, right? So straightforward, we tell them what they're doing and say, hey, when you come to our shit, this is what you're going to do and RSVP. And once they do that, we get their name, email, and they choose the time of the webinar that they'd like to actually watch. Okay. Rob says, is it okay to have a suggested this call to action 2 or 3 times on a page? 100%, man. Because you got to think about it. This is on desktop, but if it was mobile, it's all one big scroll down, right? So for example, some people, because we use a lot of video ads, when they come here, they're ready to just register right away. So we give them the option instantly to do that. And if they're not quite sold, they can scroll down. We give them more benefits. And after we give them those benefits, we're asking them again to RSVP a second time. And then if I had more benefits, I would ask them again the third time. So basically, every time you give them a new reason, you say, okay, was that enough? Register now. Okay, that wasn't enough. Fine. Well, here, okay, is that enough? Register now. So you can keep going, Rob, depending on how long your sales page is. Rule of thumb, if you're trying to sell something $1,000 or more, you need to dedicate at least a minimum of an hour to sell it. Period. Not all the time, but majority of the time, this is a good rule of thumb to follow. So if your product is $1,000 or more, you better be on the phones, in person, or on a webinar to sell it. Okay? Next, getting people to sign up for a live event, right? Live events, what I've found to be really, really helpful, and this is Kristen. She's worked with us. She just had an awesome launch, and she's a fantastic woman. She came to our live event. But nonetheless, when you go to her page, she's really good at using video, right? So she teaches people how to speak to earn business, like at local events and stuff. So anyways, she's great at that, and we leverage the hell out of videos of showing what the event's going to be like. Live events, and let me actually tell you guys all this for note for yourselves. Live events are some of the most challenging campaigns that you can run. Does anybody know why live events are so hard to sell? Does anybody know why? $100 PayPal to the person who gets this one. Someone says people forget to go, the scheduling because it's not a product, commitment, try travel, people have to pull out a credit card, people have to leave their house, people have to actually go to it. There's a lot. I'm going to go with the first one that I thought made the most sense, and it was because people have to leave their house. And I'll give that to you, Arlene. So if you email us at askbillyjean@gmail.com, we'll send you $100. and just say, hey, I got the question right. I'm great. I'm Arlene, and we'll do that. But the way that we dictate the challenge, the level of how challenging a campaign is going to be, is what kind of commitment that we're looking for from people. So, for example, to get somebody to register for a webinar, what does that really take? They have to click on a mouse and put in one of their fake emails that they use. It's not like commitment. For someone to actually plan to go somewhere, to put aside their kid's soccer game, to put aside those 3 hours of alone time that they get a week when the kids aren't there, that shit is a huge freaking commitment. Therefore, it's always going to be the most challenging. In addition to that, now you're dealing with scheduling issues. In addition to that, how many of you have been to live events that were actually good? Don't freaking most live events just suck in their pitch fest, etc.? So there's so many things that you have to sell, but the biggest one that you have to sell is that it's worth their time. So to sell a live event without actually having video is really, 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 really challenging, period. So if someone thinks they're just going to put up a text landing page and have people register, you're fucking dreaming, unless you have crazy brand awareness and a lot of trust with your audience. Okay? So anyways, this is the process here. She has great branding too. Doesn't that look great? Like, she's got her rock star hair. She's got like the purple with the text, big effing plans for you. So much personality in it. That's necessary to host a live event, right? Okay, continuing on. Next, getting people to call. And I'm just showing you guys examples right now before we wrap up. Plastic surgeon campaign to get people to call. We still use a lot of video. Showing before and afters. Hey, you don't like the way your nose looks? Well, this is what it can look like. Blah, 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 blah. Testimonial. You know, they had a lot of celebrity clients. Jennifer Aniston, Ashley Simpson, Cameron Diaz. So we were able to leverage all of those. My point is to get someone to call, you better come with some fire. So we're really using celebrity endorsements there, because the commitment to have someone call is a lot these days. Most people want to text. They don't want to talk to you. So you have to earn more, right? Continuing on here. And then live chat, right? So get control over your utility costs. We just kind of mock this one up to give you guys an idea for solar. But we tell them the benefits start with $0 down. And here's solar expert Tim. Do you have questions? Ask here. Ask here. So the reason why we're showing live chat in this particular example is because with something like solar, which is not a small commitment, it's not cheap at all, people usually have a lot of questions here, right? Like, people get solar, they know what it is, but they also know it's expensive as hell and that they don't really have the time to deal with all that. So giving someone, in this case, the option to just chat in and showing the person that they're going to talk to make it a little personal is the way to go, right? So again, I'm just painting pictures for you guys of what these objectives look like. And once you guys start advertising for your businesses and other people's businesses, just know it's always going to look something like this. Is this a live chat feature on lead pages or ClickFunnels? It can go on either. This is called Chat Roll, and you can just add it to any page, website, whatever it is. Okay. Cool. Actually, this is not the best landing page to show you guys for buying something physically, but again, chatroll.com. Chatroll.com, Mike. But the best, there's one I really like I think it's called livechat.inc. I think that's the one that's my favorite for that. And then sales page, having people buy stuff. Something that's really hard, ignore this page just because it's out of context a little bit, but something to consider if you guys are selling products. Okay, this is actually important. It's very hard unless you're like in clothing, it's very hard to just give someone a discount to something and hope they go shop at your store. I have found when products do the best physically selling, you're directing them to one product in particular and then upselling the hell out of them on the back end. So if you're running a traffic to cold traffic and you're selling a physical product, I almost never recommend just coming to our store, because it's like bringing them to a website. There's too many options, too much to learn about. It's too distracting. So give them a go-to, the most popular seller, and then from there upsell them things and give them more options to buy. That's my side note for physical products, okay? Now, I can literally spend, no exaggeration, months teaching you guys about each of these call to actions, inbound calls, physical. But I think more importantly than that, what I want you guys to leave here today with is understanding that when you build a campaign, it doesn't need to be complicated. You just need to have a very, very clear objective of what you're trying to do. And then you can put together one of these pages in like 2 seconds, right? So again, it's not the tech skills that will make you a ton of money in this industry. It's the strategy. It's what's inside of your head. It's being able to put all of this together to turn it into money. Okay? So that is that. Any questions for you guys? And this is what tools you use. We use Lead Pages sometimes. We use ClickFunnels sometimes. You know, and for those of you on a really fast announcement, for those of you who are coming to the camp call in 45 minutes, I have some really, really good shit for you, period, that I'm announcing today that you guys are going to love. And let's just say it has to do with us giving you some clients. Holla. Yeah, anyways, if you're sitting here and you're not in camp, that was a very direct plug to make you feel bad about not being in it, and you should come in it with us. So anyways, live Q&A. What you guys got? Anybody, anything? Bro, this training is fucking ridiculous, and I appreciate you. Blessing. I appreciate you. What's your best price for camp? Dude, we don't negotiate like that, man. Camp is the real fucking deal, and it costs me a ton of money to support. So that's what the best price is the one that the best price for camp is the right now price, because we keep raising that shit. Let's see. Michelle, should you rerun an ad? If so, how long after the first one, and how often should you change out an ad? Michelle, stop running an ad when it stops working, period. And then if it stops working, give it a few weeks and try again and see if it works again, because sometimes they do, and if it doesn't, just move on to the next one. It's kind of a little bit of a broader question, but I hope that kind of gives a little bit of insight to it. You know, Brian, if you email us at Ask Billy Jean right now, someone can get you and hook you up with that. Okay. Says, I'm not a marketer, but I'm a personal trainer. This is really helping me market myself. I love this. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad it's helpful. Right. Let's see. I made this landing page for my concrete biz, but after listening today, I see I have too much on the page. Cool, man. I'm glad you're able to kind of take that away. Love it. James says, on the bicycle ad, after the prospect clicks shop now, does it go to the store or another landing page? First, we collect their email, and then we bring them to the store so we can follow up with them, James. Tia, should I do A/B testing for an ad, different text, different images? If you're going to do any kind of split testing, and if it's on a smaller budget for like a local business, then I recommend you split test offers, not those other things. Meaning, one free week versus, this free item or something like that. See the impact that has. That's where you see results change. David, when you host the landing pages, it depends, man. We do all of those things. It just depends. Let's see. It says, do you think at some point you can get into how you craft irresistible offers and share examples of different ones you put together? Yeah, that's if it clicks into customers, and that's not just a plug, but we focus on that entirely, Adrian. So I thought you took clicks, but if not, I would go back through that. We have a lot of examples on that. Let's see. Any thoughts on high-level landing page strategy for really high-ticket items such as multi-million-dollar real estate? Rob, you want to know the truth? There's no difference. There's zero difference. Well, the one thing, if you have a multi-million-dollar product, the brand should look accordingly, right? It should have aesthetically, it should look nice. But besides that, there's no more advanced strategy because something's more expensive. What it is, you just have to spend more time with someone spending more money. So the methodology changes, Rob. So you may go to trying to get those people on the phone or trying to get in front of them. Yeah, but multi-million-dollar real estate, that's all. We have those. We got like 4 real estate campaigns inside of camp, Rob. I'm just saying that we go through all that. Let's see. A couple other questions here. Any recommendations on marketing insurance agents? Yeah, be specific. Don't be the insurance person for rain, tsunami, health, life, medical. You need to focus in on one specific problem and then run multiple ads to different problems. Let's see. When CTA is not really offer oriented, you got to get creative and come up with an offer, Rob, right? So that's the challenge. You kind of go strategically and you switch it up. Let's see, Tia. How long you give an ad before you determine whether or not it's working? $30. It depends on the business. If it's a national campaign, if it's a campaign for like ours, where we're spending, 10 grand a day or some shit. It's totally different for most businesses. Like $30, you know if something's working or not. Let's see, dude. I engage type and replays on your webinars way more by far than anyone I've ever been on in over 5 years of this, including my personal mentor. Shout out to you, my man. Oh, thanks. That shout out to you, Eric. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad. I hope, that we are asking questions and interacting. Because this is my thing, man. If, we're not communicating on this and I'm just talking at people, that means people really aren't learning that much, right? Or I'm not really talking about anything engaging. So if people don't have questions or I'm not checking in, we're not having conversation, then it's like, again, we have the mentality in our office. It's entertain, educate, execute. I really believe in you got to entertain a little bit. That's why, when I come to the gene pools, I'll switch it up. Today I'm going to bring in Jordan to sit here with us and walk you through, or I'm going to go on my Facebook randomly, or I'm going to upload 7 videos to my presentation to spice it up. Because if I don't do those things, y'all are just going to fall asleep. And if you fall asleep and feel like you're not getting value, you're not going to want to work with us anymore, right? So that's my job, is to earn your business every single time that we interact together. So hopefully I'm doing that. Let's see. Any other questions? You guys want to hear something crazy? I'll save it for camp. I want to use it. I'm going to save it for camp. I got something for you guys that's pretty trippy. Any other questions for everyone that's here? Anything I can answer for you, any way I can help? All right. Do you think people with that kind of money are looking at Facebook themselves? Yes. 1.5 billion people are on Facebook, Arlene. The answer is yes. Because the people they care about are on Facebook. That is why everyone's on Facebook. People say, that person's way too blank, blank, and blank to have Facebook. That person's too rich to care about what his grandchildren are doing? I don't think so. Don't think it works like that, right? For ads promoting fence, concrete, foundation repair, the goal is to get interested parties to call us to schedule a free estimate. But should we only try and get them to opt in, offer fence ideas, etc.? Danny, you should definitely get name, email, phone number, man. To get anyone to call in, it's hard. And it's getting harder as more people are getting comfortable not talking on the phone. You know what I mean? So I really would stay away and come up with creative ways to get their interest, right? So for example, if someone's looking to get fencing or concreting or foundation repair, do you show a before and after gallery of garages that were jacked up that you made really pretty? I would definitely only target in zip codes who care about that. You know what I mean? I would definitely only target zip codes that care about that. So that's one thing geographically I would do. And then definitely specialize in something. Don't be really general like that. I would look at your history for the last however many years you've been in business, and what are people mostly buying, right? What's the gateway drug? So what's the lowest ticket that you have to offer? And then you can upsell them into more, right? I think a lot of people, when they come in that industry, they try and find the big ticket on Facebook. It's completely the wrong way to go about it. You hook somebody with the entry level, and then you ascend them while you go through. So you can really, identify people. Because the thing is, too, is small properties become large properties over time, right? That long-term relationship. How much lead time is required to run a campaign? Depends. Just totally depends. Depends on the industry. Depends on what we're doing. Couldn't tell you that. Depends who's creating it. If we're creating a campaign, we can bang it out quickly. Depends how much you know. Just depends. I don't have a lot of testimonials right now. I am the testimonial for weight loss and transforming my body. Is that okay for now? Will I get more results for clients? Best advice to you, right now it is okay, right? But nonetheless, I would ask people to work with them for free until I got them results and build up your case studies, because that's how important I think it is. Do you offer an example of a lawyer can make on a landing page? That's more something that we do in camp, getting that specific. And also, too, it's too broad. You guys are going to see a recurring theme every time you ever work with me. If you're really broad, I'm going to tell you to be specific. You can't win being a lawyer lead generation. There's so many different types of laws. Therefore, there's different problems that people come. A divorce lawyer is doing different shit than business litigation. It's a different conversation. It's a different ad. It's a different targeting. You just can't group it together like that. OMG, I've learned so much in the last few days catching up in the gene pool. Can't wait to move on to Qzx900 Camp. Yeah, Michelle, I love it. Glad to have you. Can you show the slide that has the 3 points for the header real quick, since you're still taking questions? The 3 points for the header, like back here. You'll have the recording, but let me see. There you go. There it is. Do you work with any music schools in camp? No, but I'm sure you can. It's all the same shit. Like, what you'll realize, it doesn't matter the industry. It's all the same shit. Just a little bit tweaking to change it. Brian, I like that. Entertain, educate, and execute. Execute. Entertain, educate, execute. I'm huge into that. All right. Let's see. Love you, dude. Love you, too. Is it possible to sell a product without a promo? Yeah, it is, Tia. Demonstrate a problem being solved, right? Like, for example, I mean, the Snuggie was not some super discount. The Snuggie was because it was cool as shit, and it lets you play video games while staying warm. It solved a problem, and it displayed that in a fantastic way in video that was straight to the point. So it just takes more creativity and a deeper skill set to be able to pull it off to you. When you subscribe to Clicks and the Customers, is Gene Pool included? It's not. That was a bonus for camp for like really early people, but it's definitely not anymore. There's too much value on these damn things. And we got a guest come in every month, and wait till it's only going to get better. We're going to get some crazy people on as those guests as our community grows.
I heard something about Snuggies.
I hate you. I ordered Snuggies for the office because Alex made me.
Yep.
Do you have a tool to see how many email leads you send to your client? Anthony, dude, all your questions are fantastic. They're perfect for clicks. Literally getting clicks and customers. That's not me selling you. That's me helping you. It'll address everything that you've asked and then some. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to take off, guys, because I have our other call I got to prep for with Alex. Oh, God, Alex. Let's see.
Start on a fire.
Yeah, when you're working with people who sell products online and have various products, you use the funnels all the time with separate landing pages. Yeah, I would have best. Here's the reality with like selling products online. Most of the time is you need to find your best sellers and then sell them on the back end with like email retargeting and some other techniques. So what's a good price to charge for managed ad campaigns? I mean, it's a really complicated question to answer. I'm not dodging it. It's just not that simple. I would say getting the clicks and the customers if you're looking for that kind of training. Again, not an upsell. That's genuinely helping you. Let's see. Should I only run an ad during office hours if that's the only time the lead will be followed up with? Yeah, that's the only choice you have, because if not, you're just not going to get a hold of anybody, Cool. All right, I'm going to take off, guys, and get ready for next call. I hope today was helpful. I saw some good feedback, so that's good. And next week is going to be cool, too, with our guests on Facebook. And let's just say the guest's last name rhymes with Buckerberg. Just kidding, it doesn't, but that would be awesome. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Later. Thanks for being here. Clicksandthecustomers.com boss. If you guys like clicks or camp or something like that is of interest to you and you want to learn how to do this as a full business, those are perfect, platforms for you guys. Talk to you later.